All right. Okay, every other Tuesday evening, we come here and we talk love, we talk marriage, we talk relationships because we actually believe that how far you go in life depends on the people around you, depends on your love life, depends on the person that is in love with you. If you're not in love with someone, if you're not enjoying and experiencing a good relationship, it's going to show in whatever it is you're doing. So that's why we talk love, we talk relationship, we talk marriage with the hope of building our love lives, building our marriages, and building our relationships to become excellent. We talk to singles and we also talk to the married ones. I am Oma, your very sweetheart on radio and TV. It will be a misnomer if I have to be here alone. I can't be here alone. I have to be with Welcome.
I'm shy.
Precious.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Glad to be here with
The
you.
same here.
How's your day?
Whoa, do I need to tell you about my day? My day was a little bit hectic, but the most important thing is that it was as well a fulfilled one.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of having a great day.
Yeah, so, well, I remember the fact that love comes, I think, to shut the day up.
Yeah, sure.
It gives me joy, and here we are again.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you see the two of us,
Mm.
what comes to your mind? If it's not marriage, it's love.
Exactly.
Both of them. So I welcome you in a very special way, and I hope you're prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a matter of fact. A couple of days now, I've been down with the malaria.
Really?
But I
Wow.
told myself that if I don't come here tonight, I'm not gonna forgive myself, because just as I feel maybe somebody watching the program now maybe missing the program. I
Yeah.
equally miss the program.
Oh
as
my
well, because
goodness.
each time I come, it renews the me inside of me. When it comes to one of the most difficult thing and the easiest thing to do in life is to be married.
Yeah.
You know, it is difficult in the sense that there are things you do without even planning them.
Yeah.
It is easy because even when you do those things,
Mm.
you still find it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for me, it's just the real thing. It's what I long for, and it's just like somebody who's addicted to something. You know, when you don't take it for a couple of times, you feel like something has gone away
Exactly.
from you.
You're missing that thing.
So if I miss the program, especially I don't be listening to your voice and getting some of the vibes.
Freshman!
Yeah, so
That's why I call you Welcome.
hey, I'm shy. You know, I keep telling you, each time I tell you that I'm a shy guy,
I will
really
never.
don't get
I
it.
won't believe that. Why will I believe that?
No, you know, the truth is that sometimes I talk, you know, I talk to cover the shyness.
Really?
You understand? Because if I don't talk, I'm a bit blushing. But sometimes I talk, and when I talk and you look at me, you just think that this is a bullshit. But the actual sense is that I'm a shy person.
Okay.
So each time you come in, I don't know the adrenaline that runs my whole system.
See this guy. All right, it's all good. All right, we've been talking about, we've been on this love making, sex thing from the last edition of the programs.
Yeah.
We did say that we were going to discuss the difference between love making and sex.
Itself. Yeah.
And I remember you said, "Oh my!" When I told you, Fresh, remember this topic? You said, "Ah, my God." Oh my.
Yeah, I was because I was just coming to sit down and you dropped it. Was like a bombshell because I wasn't even expecting it.
Wow.
And you know the environment where we are at the moment. You know there are some things that, especially when you're not expecting it, when it drops like that. If you're not prepared, it hits you at the wrong place.
Yeah.
So that was exactly what happened. But knowing fully well that this is my job, I had to just couple myself out.
So we kind of realized that a lot of couples, married couples, exactly, most of the times they don't really make love. Rather, they have sex.
Yeah.
So can we, because the essence of this program is to explain this thing so that they will understand it.
Yeah.
And for singles who are about to get married, they will understand it so that when they get married, they will not
Yeah.
make mistakes.
Exactly.
You know. So let's start by the very surface definitions.
Okay.
Love making and sex.
Okay, generally, when you mention the word sex, what comes into mind is penetration.
Yeah,
When a
exactly.
man penetrates a woman, that's what people consider as
As
sex.
sex.
But the truth is that it goes beyond just a penetration. And when love is involved, it's much more than that. Because sex is one of the most popular subjects
Exactly.
on the surface of the earth today.
If I, apart from being the most popular subject, if you want to sell anything and you're not using sex, are you even going to make gains? I mean, are you even going to make sales? Because people have come to, even businesses, they've come to sexualize everything.
Everything, yeah, you're correct. Even I think the latest news on sex is that Sweden, a country, has legalized sex to become a sport, and they said I think somewhere this year they're going to be having the competition where people are going to have sex as sport, and winners will go home with
but I'm actually thinking that sex, is it going to be in an open place, or
yeah, it's gonna
will it be in a room?
it's gonna be in an open place because people are going to judge.
My goodness.
Just like it's gonna be like in the stadium where people come, pay.
And I read that thing they said for like for 6 hours going on for 6 hours.
Yes. So so that they never mention love making because it's not love making.
Exactly.
Because they understand the fact that what is there is sex,
It's sex
and not love making. Now, let me start with young people. You see, when young people, especially when young people, ladies for instance, when they are dating, when maybe they have a new boyfriend, you see them, they go extra miles to seduce
the guy.
And then they add more extra miles to satisfy the guy.
By offering sex. That's why when they have issues, when they break up, the girl will always cry, but I gave him my body.
Yeah, and she finds it difficult to
withdraw herself.
Yeah, because the Bible already said it that the Bible describes husband and wife as
joining together,
for two fresh together. And of course, when fresh, or for instance, somebody's hand they use sharp knife to cut somebody's flesh, of course the person is going to feel pain. That's the same way these people feel pain. Now, this young person seduces the guy and is trying everything possible to satisfy the guy on bed, and eventually they are married. And by the time they are married, she stops going that extra miles. It becomes a duty, becomes an obligation. The reason why she's meeting the man sexually is because maybe she want to have child. Maybe it's her duty as a wife. She has no right to say no, and that's just the reason. So you discover that in the beginning they attempted making love, and while in the marriage they ended up having sex. Now, when we talk about sex as per se, number one, that sex is just physical penetration between a man and a woman, which the Sweden considered as sports
right now.
Now, and when it comes to love making happens before the physical contact. It starts with affection. It starts with words. It starts with compliment. It starts with care. It starts with love.
Exactly.
You appreciate that person, and you're doing everything possible to satisfy the person, even before the bedtime, even before going to bed with the person. You have this interest to make the person happy.
Are you not really doing that because you want sex?
No, not because you want sex. Your interest is, what do I do
to make this person
happy?
Yeah.
This other person is also on that same angle,
Yeah,
what do I
to
do
make
to make this
this
other
other person
person
happy.
happy? Because when it comes to sex, for instance, the practical definition of sex is I have a girlfriend. Now, this girlfriend of mine, she wants my money. So anytime she needs money, she asks me for money and I give her money. And what else does she have to offer me?
Sex.
So if I ask her for sex, it's quid pro quo. I'm getting sex and she's getting money. Now, if I don't give her money, if I ask for sex, she may likely say, no, I'm not going to give you sex. Because she has her own selfish interests, her own selfish reason why we're together. Just like when a man walks into a whole house, walks in there to meet prostitutes. Now, that prostitute is there for the money. She has her charges. When she collects that money, she submits to the man to have sex with her. Now, this man is coming there to have sex. And as soon as he reaches orgasm, his money, the payment
has expired.
Elapsed, and he walks home unfulfilled.
Yeah.
Now, walking home now, his interest, he has been able to satisfy himself.
That urge, that physical thing.
That is why he has gone there. The lady herself has been able to satisfy herself because she can see the words, she can see the cash. So now these two people, they don't care. That lady doesn't care whether the lady may actually be giving the man disease. The lady may actually...
And they don't even know each other.
They don't know each other.
It's just that transaction, that sexual transaction.
That is that business. I stand to get this, you stand to get that. Everybody knows what the other stand to get. But the interest... I don't even care whether what you want fulfills your life or not. The most important thing is that thing that I want. The man wants to get to orgasm. The woman wants money. You get the money, then you have the woman.
Exactly.
So now, in that case, that is what we call sex. A situation, there are lots of married people who are actually having sex.
True.
For instance, you cannot be treating a woman badly. You cannot be treating your wife badly. And at night you say you're making love. Now, making love having sex is purely physical. It's purely physical. But making love is
emotional
connection between a man and a woman spiritually.
Exactly.
Connection between a man. Now, these people connect spiritually. They connect emotionally. Their hearts also connect before their body connects. There's no way their heart can connect without their body being connected first. But when it comes to sex, the body connects before the heart connects, because actually sex connects spiritually. Sex connects emotionally. Sex connects physically too. But the difference between love making and sex is that in love making, the heart connects first before the physical connection. In love making, the souls connect first before the physical connection. In love making, the spirit, the two spirits, they connect first before the physical connection, which is the sex itself. And the emotions also connect. The both of them connect emotionally before the physical connection. Now, you cannot make love to somebody you don't really know.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the person.
Exactly.
That is why it's only when you have had sex with a person, you now discover that you can't let this person go after you've had sex with a person. So the connection does not come natural. It comes as a result of the sex. So when it comes to love making, connection comes natural.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sex, connection comes as a result of the situation. If the man enjoyed himself, he wants to come again.
And to pay more. And but another thing I realize is that a lot of married people are constantly having sex. They're not making love.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to married people who have sex, number one is a situation where a man thinks it's a man thing.
Right?
It's sex, it's not love making. A situation where a man doesn't consider how the woman feels,
Feels.
it is not
Feels. That's very
lovemaking, it
important.
is sex. A situation where a woman doesn't really care whether the man gets satisfaction or
Or
not.
not.
She sees it just as her duty. It is not lovemaking, it is sex. A situation where the woman, deep down, she doesn't want the sex. She's not into the sex, but she's having it. It is not lovemaking. A situation where the woman is not getting satisfaction and the man is not getting satisfaction. A situation where the woman is getting satisfaction but the man is not getting satisfaction. In lovemaking, the two
Both of
are
them
satisfied,
are satisfied.
and they don't satisfy themselves. Now, when I say themselves, I don't satisfy myself. I satisfy my wife. How does it work? How does it happen? My interest is, what do I do
Yeah.
to get her to her highest level? This is what I seek. And when it comes to lovemaking, there is a strong communication before, during, and after. Now, when it is before, first and foremost, I know that I need to call my wife during the day. Baby, how are you doing? I need to send her love text messages. I need to buy something for her. I need to make her happy. I need to tickle her.
And that's like exciting her. That's like,
yeah,
you know, making her so happy.
That is why I say before, during. Communication is not only by words.
Exactly.
You can communicate by winking. You can communicate by sign language. You can communicate by action, by gifts, by presentation, by your words.
And again,
well,
knowing the love language of your partner.
Yeah.
Knowing exactly what your partner loves and what your partner needs.
Exactly. So now you start the love making before the physical contact.
Exactly.
You know, so there is communication before and during the sex itself. Now, husband and wife who do not talk while they are meeting each other physically, they are not making love. They are rather doing what? Having sex. Because when for instance, there are married people that they are afraid of their partner. They can't talk. Some are shy. Some are not free with their partner. When there is no freedom of comfort and expression in
do you know sometimes I just wonder,
it is not love making it.
I just wonder, those people who find it difficult to have conversation, a man and a woman, they are married, they don't have a conversation, just like what you said right now. They are not free with each other.
They are not free.
How do they now? Probably they're having sex, obviously. So when it's time, the woman will just lie. That's why you hear somebody say, she doesn't do anything. She just lies like a log of wood.
Yeah. So because there is no communication. When there is no physical, verbal, and mechanical communication during physical penetration between a man and a woman, it is not love making, it is sex. Now, this communication has a lot to do with, this is the way I want you to do this. I love it like this. How do you love it? They're asking each other questions. Now, the woman has been able to signal the husband that if you touch my hair, I go crazy for you.
Yeah.
The man has been able to explain to the wife that you see my lips, if you get there, I am gone. They are not guessing. In love making, you don't guess because communication is open. You communicate, you ask questions, you listen. It's not just about talking. You talk and also listen. So the man, the woman, they are communicating with each other and they are also listening to each other. They are not just listening to words, they are listening to signs.
Yeah.
In love making, there is something much more than communication. We call it moaning. When husband and wife are truly making love, they are expected to take each other outside of the world. Sex gets boring with time.
Yeah.
But love making gets excited with time. Now, husband and wife, that's why I tell people, I said, anytime you see yourself in your marriage that You no longer feel like making love. You no longer feel like having sex with your partner, with your husband or your wife. You need deliverance. You need deliverance because God has created it to be a very strong bond, strong connection between husband and wife. So now, what the man does is the man strives to see that the woman is satisfied. And the woman also strives to see that the man is satisfied. He's not interested in himself getting satisfied or herself getting satisfied. She's interested
in him. While he is also interested in her.
Yes.
It's vice versa.
Now, when it comes to that sound, the moaning sound, the moaning sound can come from anything. One can pick up any word. Some people even go as far as using Jesus. You understand? Now,
what has Jesus got to do with it?
Yeah, no, some people go as far as using Jesus. I have to be honest with you. You know, so now, what you are doing, that expression, it's an attempt to satisfy your partner. Number one, the man hearing you shouting and screaming Jesus in such manner thinks
that he's actually doing it well.
He's powerful man.
That he's performing.
The woman hearing you calling her mother's name or her name makes her think that yes, she's a woman. She has substance.
Yes, that she's doing well.
Yeah. So that is so when it's love making, there is a very strong connection that makes one leave his original self and then beckons on what brings satisfaction to the partner.
And you find out that during just sex, just like the example you gave, a man who goes to a casual sex worker pays to get sex, probably there will be no money.
Definitely, because the sex worker want the man to be fast so that another customer
can come in. And there is no connection, nothing.
So that is the major thing.
But amazingly, some husbands and wives, they are living like the man who went to pay casual sex worker.
Definitely. I don't want to use percentage, but the truth of the matter is that there are men who are in hurry to make love to their wives, to meet their wives.
To actually have sex.
They are in hurry.
They no foreplay.
You understand?
No kisses, nothing.
So the woman wants the man to be fast so that she can sleep. The man too wants to be fast so that he can get satisfaction. That is sex, not love making. You can't call that love making. Then another way to know whether husband and wife are actually making love or having sex is after the sex. You see, the man is crazy about the woman before the sex. The man is crazy about the woman during the sex. But as soon as the man gets to the peak, gets to orgasm, he sleeps off. Any man that does that to his wife will make heaven. I always say that.
So what would you want him to do?
Definitely.
To talk, you know.
That is what the best time to treat your wife like a baby. Number one is you need to know, now that you are satisfied, you need to know whether
she's actually satisfied. Yeah.
That is the time, because if you're telling your wife I love you while you are having sex with her, what comes to her mind is it is the beauty of the sex, the joy of the sex, that is the hormones that are pushing those
triggering all those things.
But when you have reached orgasm, you are originally yourself, and you are now telling her how much you love her. There is what we call testimony in the church. It is after you have gotten to that level that you have to testify.
To give the testimony.
To give the testimony. You understand?
My goodness,
you don't give the testimony before. You give the testimony as soon as you're done. This is where you begin to appreciate her. This is when praises and worship comes in.
Yeah.
You are everything. My life can't be like this without you. You are still the most beautiful woman. Now, especially when you handle this your wife like that, she will long for it. It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
She will long for a time like that. But there are men, as soon as they are done, you start hearing them snoring. And you wonder, this man, is he alive or dead?
Maybe he's tired
Because
from the exercise. Remember, Sweden, they've seen sex as sports.
yeah,
So probably they've made the research and they've found out that sex
people get tired.
Yeah, sex is some kind of sport. So maybe the man in question is actually tired and needed some rest.
No, mentally, it depends on the mental attitude of the person. The way you set your, if you create this scenario that you want to just satisfy yourself, you will get tired.
Yeah, true.
But if you're able to create it in a way that you want to satisfy, because there are times that you may be making love to your wife and she's still far away and you have come. What are you supposed to do? You cuddle her. You talk to her. And while you're talking to her, you're building your mood. And while you're building your mood, you may not be able to continue, but you can continue with lots of other things. It is not about what you want. It's not about what your body desires. It's about what you need to do. For instance, you have come, but she hasn't. If you kiss her, you won't go mad, even when you have reached your peak. It is still kiss.
Yeah.
You won't have headache.
Exactly.
I don't know if you understand.
I get
so
you.
It is how you're able to capturate you arrange
the mind,
your mindset.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's actually selfish when a man comes and the next thing he's sleeping without finding out if the wife has
It
come.
is definitely selfish, and it is wickedness as well.
And a lot of guys are doing that.
Yeah. And
probably, maybe they are doing it because they don't understand, they are not aware, and which is why we're having this conversation.
It is just that act of selfishness involved. And sometimes they think this is just the way it is. There are men that do not know that a woman needs to be satisfied.
Exactly. And there are also some men that don't know that you're supposed to kiss your wife.
Yeah, I think it's becoming common, among married people, where married people, while they were dating, they were kissing. Early stage of their marriage, they were kissing. But with time, they stopped kissing.
I have an idea just popped in my head right now. How can, maybe the next time on the program, we'll look at how can married people enjoy lovemaking.
Yeah, that would be nice as well.
Right?
We can talk about that
too. Do it as a full show. Okay. So we can actually explore how the lovemaking from the beginning to the end. Okay. For a married person, how they can enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that, as much as we just talk, we don't demonstrate. Yeah, we just talk. So the truth of the matter is, what a woman needs most is not penetration. You understand? Most men miss it because they think that the first thing should just be penetration. But that is why lots of women get injured along the line.
Exactly.
Because a man is different from a woman. A woman needs lubrication.
Exactly.
And women differ in lubrication. Some lubricates faster, while some takes time. But definitely it is not by accident.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to any woman by accident. In fact, some people go as far as even using artificial lubrication because maybe their man hasn't got the tactics and the idea on how they can be easily lubricated.
Yes.
Some end up getting injured and some end up withdrawing from sex, thinking that sex is a painful exercise.
Exactly. Because it's actually traumatic.
Yeah.
To a lot of ladies who have had courses to speak with, it's actually traumatic for them. Because to them, in their mind, married women, in their mind, they are not enjoying sex. In fact, the husband doesn't know how to do it.
No. Sometimes they think generally that is the way it is. Especially those that have not really had sex before entering into marriage. Because sex shouldn't be painful. Naturally, it shouldn't be painful. In as much as first time, second time, probably third time, the pain in the sense that the semen has to be broken
Mm.
and it is human body.
Mm.
So there's possibility of pain for a woman.
Mm.
But after that, there should be no reason for pain. Now, just like you said, we are going to talk about the right way to make love in marriage.
Mm.
A man is not supposed to penetrate a woman until she says so. Because it is only a woman that can read
her body.
that part of her body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
Now, when a woman is wet, when a woman is lubricated, let me use that word. You don't need to beg her. You don't need to tell her what she wants. She comes for it like a wild animal. You understand? But when a woman has not gotten, that is why there are married women that they have been married for 28 years, but they have never had orgasm.
Yeah, true.
But they can't say it. Because they feel that saying it, their husband will say that they are prostitutes.
Or the husband will misunderstand it. Maybe even the husband doesn't even understand what orgasm for a woman means.
The truth is that lots of men think that it is only men
that have orgasm. I mean, that when they ejaculate and all that.
Lots of men think that only men ejaculate, that a woman has no peak, that just thrusting in and out is all she needs.
Is all she needs. Nah.
You understand? Lots of men think so. Lots of men get tired of part of their wife's body. As they're progressing, they marry, there are places they don't go anymore. There are some that at a time they don't kiss their wives again. There are some that at a time they don't use their tongues on their wives. Unfortunately, some of them do with girls out there.
Out there.
You understand? But they now get used to their wives. Another thing is that, just like, in as much as you say we're going to talk about that next week, sometimes, we're just talking about men, some men, but some women also contribute.
True.
One of the highest quality a woman can possess is neatness.
Cleanliness.
You understand? Because there are women that ordinary. Okay, let me just tell you, as a man, the biggest turn off for a man when it comes to love making or sex is odor. And naturally, a woman has to be excessively careful with her hygiene in order not to have odor. Because women have sensitive parts that can easily produce odor if they don't take care of it.
True. It's I think it's actually for both genders, because sometimes we find out that I've had people complain when the man comes home, he doesn't bathe.
Yeah. Naturally,
with the whole sweat on his body.
Naturally, we have terrible men.
My goodness, how can you not bathe? That was why I said we're going to look at everything, because bathing, hygiene, it's all part of it.
No, naturally,
people don't even believe that they should bathe. Like bathe.
Naturally, there are men like that.
How can a man
There
not
are
bathe?
men that can put on
and
their
how can a woman not
boxers
bathe
for 1 week.
My goodness.
Without changing it. Now, I don't have a lot of clothes. Not me. I don't have a lot of clothes. But I have more boxers than the number of clothes that I have. I think right from when I was a teenager,
okay,
I formed this habit of, at least then, I think when I was single, I had like 16 boxers. But if you come to my house, you discover that I don't have so many shoes, so many trousers. But like the first time my wife came to my house, she was like, you have too many boxers. Are you using all your money to buy boxers? Why not also buy more trousers?
Yeah.
It was with time now that she now discovered, and I iron my boxers.
And it was just for your hygiene?
Just for my hygiene. What I do is, Then I have 14. I wash the 14 of them. And if I wash, I must iron it. I don't wash boxers and wear. I must use hot iron on my boxers before I put them on. So what I do is I wash the 14 of them, then I iron it. Then I keep wearing one each. I make sure that anytime I take my bath, I change my boxers and I wash it immediately. I don't pack them to wait. And that has been my habit personally. And my wife likes it. She's, and at a point she started joining me sometimes, I'll be wasting time in the bathroom. She'll say, "Don't worry, I know you're washing your boxers. Keep it, I'll wash it for you." You understand? So I think, in as much as men want to see their wives clean, women also want their husband to be clean.
Clean and neat.
You cannot go out there and drink and come back and you don't want to brush your mouth.
My goodness.
The woman may not be bold enough
to let you know, to tell you.
Brush because she will think you pick an offense. I don't know if you
But
understand.
sincerely, being married to someone you can't talk to, I mean, that should be a bondage, right?
Yeah, in this part
someone you can't even talk to, someone that oh my goodness,
the last
have a conversation with.
The last time in this program, we talked about people getting married to those who are ready and not really those they love.
They love, yeah.
You understand? So, if they had gotten married to those their friends, their boyfriends, to be easy for them, boy, better go and brush your mouth. But getting married to these guys that met ready, these are big guys who probably they are doing very well in business, and this girl is in third year in the university.
Oh
he trains her from third year to final year.
I'm just imagining
and
that kind of life.
Marries her and he's the boss. And of course, you don't talk to any boss anyhow, or you get queried.
My goodness.
You understand? So that is it. That is what is happening. So about if you want to have a balanced sexual life in your marriage, you must have a balanced marital life. That is the first. One is your wife should have a say. You two should have a say. Your wife should have a stand. You two should have a stand. Anybody that wants to talk should talk. We need to respect each other.
Exactly, because this idea of probably some guys bossing it up on their wives. With marriage, the man and the wife, they're one.
Yes.
The man is the head. We've talked about it here.
Yeah, sure.
And the woman is the neck.
Yes.
Meaning that the woman is there to help the man, help meet.
Yes, you're correct.
Both of them are partners working together.
Oh, yeah?
It's not like a boss thing. No.
No.
Both of them should be working together towards a goal. So this idea, maybe another topic for another day.
Yeah.
Communication in marriage.
Yeah, it's
we really need to talk about it.
It's one of the areas a lot of people,
because a lot of people, you just painted a picture right now, and I'm just wondering, a lot of people are in this thing. The man, look at their relationship. The man comes in, goes to the dining table. His food is served for him. He eats, baits. I mean, after eating, he leaves whatever the plate there.
Yeah.
Off to his room, baits, and probably sleeps. The man already has his own room, and the woman has her own room.
Yeah.
So whenever the man feels like he wants to have sex, he will go to her room.
Or she'll go
Will she even go to his room? Does
yeah,
she?
Yeah.
People who are in this kind of relationship, does she even?
Yeah. Most times, sometimes the woman goes to meet the man, and he invites the woman, and after sex, the woman goes back to
her room
where she comes from.
My goodness.
The fact is, in so many marriages, there is what we call class.
Class.
You understand? So,
they're observing class in their marriage.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
Many marriages today.
Wow.
I have to be honest with you. I've seen married people where the woman is aware the husband is cheating, but she can't talk. Not as if I'm not talking about whether she can do something or do anything, but she cannot even talk about it. She sees nudes on her husband's phone, but she can't tell her husband, I saw naked girls.
Because she doesn't even have the permission to go to the phone in the first place.
That is the class we are talking about. She's not up to that class. You understand? It's heartbreaking.
Very, very heartbreaking.
How the level of marriage.
And people like this, they don't make love. What they do is to have sex.
Or that, just like I said,
and they just have sex just for the sake of giving birth.
Not necessarily giving birth. They have sex for the sake of the man.
Okay. Because the man wants it, right?
The man, see, in so many marriages, women don't make moves. Women are just like fowl and chicken. Or I think they call it cock. Have you seen where cock is chasing the woman cock, the woman fowl? I think the woman is the fowl, right? Have you seen where cock is chasing fowl?
The fowl.
As soon as he grabs the fowl, he enters, and as soon as he's done,
he leaves. Another one comes.
That is the way. Anytime he wants it again, he will make that chase. That is the way so many married people are doing. The woman can never on her own say, honey, I'm in the mood. If she does say it, she's a prostitute.
Wow. But now, how do we encourage married people? Because our focus today is on married people.
Yeah.
How do we encourage married people to make love rather than just having sex?
Number one is they need to build their marriage on love. They need to revisit the foundation of that marriage. Is it truly love
that brought them together?
Yeah. Number two is they need Christ, because the more you love Christ, the more you want your partner around you. Because when you do, for instance, physical prayers, you pray with your partner, you hold hands, you do things together with your partner, you eat together with your partner. When you do some of these things with your partner, you are actually preparing yourself for true love making, because you're bonding on a daily basis. You're not far away from each other. You know, another is respect for each other.
True.
You know, if you don't respect anything, if you don't adore something, that thing means nothing to you. A man should adore, respect, and honor his wife's body. The body of the woman. Just like the woman does the same thing to the man. First and foremost, you need to honor your own body. And because you honor your own body, you can't just give it to anybody. And because your husband, you honor his body, you don't joke with it, you don't make mess of it, you don't make fun of it. Your interest is the best use of it, and to also keep it in shape. For instance, it's the duty of the man, or part of the duty of the man, to maintain his wife. The woman has a role to play as well. For instance, it was when I married my wife that she told me that the way I brush is not the right way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she then taught me. I didn't go to very good schools, where they teach children how to brush. In fact, my local village, we use chewing stick. It's growing up and start using brush. So, but I would say she was born with golden spoon, where she had opportunity of going to very good schools, where they taught them from children how to brush their teeth. And when we got married, she one day told me that, look, this is how to brush, and I watch her, and I learned it, and I start brushing that, you know,
And again, just adding to what you said, for married people, when you see that your wife is lacking in something,
help her,
help her,
teach her.
teach her. When you see that your husband is lacking in a particular place, it's not a competition.
At all.
I mean, married people should understand that being married to somebody, you're not competing with that person.
You're
Not at all.
complimenting.
You're complimenting that person. I mean, you shouldn't even tell the world. Look at because sometimes when I see men and women who bring out their husband, their wives, and it becomes a topic for discussion,
Yeah.
it's sad.
Well, look at that. I so much believe that where my strength ends is where my wife's strength starts.
True,
My weakness is her strength,
true,
and her weakness is my own strength.
true.
There are things I can't do for myself.
Mm.
There are things she can't do for herself.
Mm.
It's my duty to take care of that. It's her duty to take care of my own area. You understand? So I think the most important thing is couples coming together to become one. Because Jesus had already said it that couples, there in our description we say is 1 plus 1
1 equals to 1.
You understand that? Until you couple, because you can't disrespect yourself. You don't just wake up and start hurting yourself. But it's your one. We're talking about one. You can't be selfish to yourself. You know. So if couples can actually imbibe and accept that analogy of 1 plus 1 is equals to 1, and also remove every form of selfishness.
True.
In everything you will do, your goal is to satisfy your partner. So when these two people have this goal of satisfying each other, you don't know that is what I want. I don't know that is what you want, but you're busy doing everything possible to satisfy me.
Exactly.
And on my own, I'm busy doing everything possible to satisfy you.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we satisfy each other.
Exactly.
Because marriage is like a football team. If at the end of the day we lose, the both of us lost.
We've lost. It's not one person.
If at the end of the day we win, the both
of us won.
If, for instance, a Nigerian team, if there is a football match between Nigeria and Brazil, if Brazil wins, Osaze cannot say I won.
True.
And Mikel will say I lost.
Yeah.
Even if Mikel score 1 goal and Brazil end up scoring 2 goals, Mikel lost.
Yeah.
But these other people in Brazil's team that didn't score goal at all, they won.
Yeah.
Because it's win-win.
It's a team thing.
You understand?
It's a team thing.
So that is how this thing is. Husband and wife should come together to become that team. Because one thing I know is that when one person carry a bag of cement, the weight is much more than when two people
are carrying it.
Carry it.
And I think that will be I mean, as we wrap it up on today's program, right?
Yeah, if you say so.
Yeah, I mean that's a really beautiful one. Husband and wife should try as much as possible to understand that it's a team. It's a teamwork.
Teamwork.
All right, both of you are working as a team to ensure that both of you enjoy love making, not really sex.
Yes.
Because it's love making. You're making love to your wife. You're making love to your husband, and the essence of all the discussion, the conversations we have here is for people to learn. When you learn, you adjust, you become better, and your marriages are better. Because like we said at the beginning, the kind of man you get married to, the kind of woman you get married to will determine how far you go in life. If you're enjoying your marriage, if you're enjoying your love life, it will show in everything that you're doing. And it is our wish that you enjoy your marriage, you enjoy your love life. It's been Omar, you're very sweet on radio and TV, and of course,
yeah, freshman. And what I have to say is, try as much as possible to create the atmosphere for love making.
Mm-hmm.
The environment is important. Your attitude is important. I remember when we had my son, uh, then I think my son was 3 years.
Mm.
Making love with my wife at a point became a little difficult because sometimes you want to make an attempt. You hear my wife shouting, Jason is coming,
Mm.
Jason is coming, and
Mm.
so on and so forth. Because we are not able to create that atmosphere, that environment that helps love making.
Mm.
There are people that if you enter their bedroom, you wonder
Mm.
how they make love in such bedroom.
Mm. These are part of the things we are going to
You,
talk
you
about next week
understand?
on the program.
There are people that their bed, when they're on their bed, will be hearing kwankaka, 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 kwankaka. It's not an environment for love making.
Yes.
You understand? There are people that even in their bedroom, you see plates. There are people in their bedroom, this kind of light we have here is what they have there. And they want to make love. So create that environment, then work on your character. Their character required for love making and their character required for sex.
True.
So you need the characters required for love making. Apply it, and then nobody will teach you how to make love.
Definitely.
You're just fool, and you can see yourself in the other side.
Yeah.
Thank you. Really good. I appreciate my beautiful colleague here.
And I appreciate you as well.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful time with you tonight.
Same here.
The subject is a terrible one. It's not something you just discuss with anybody.
Yeah, sure.
It's a very serious subject, Opening up and saying some of those things is not as easy as hearing it, So discussing it with you, it's a privilege.
Oh wow, amazing. Yeah. Oh wow, thank you. So next week we'll look at it, everything.
Yeah, but I will just even I will emphasize on my own because we are both married. If we come here to tell you that we don't make love,
so we're going to look at everything, hygiene, the way you talk, your character, because it's a build-up.
Yeah, it's a build-up.
It's actually a build-up, so that as a married person, you can as well enjoy your love life and your sex life with your husband and your wife. Thank you so much for joining us. Fresh?
All right, thank you very much. If you don't like making love to your partner, you need the reference. We'll talk to you about it next week.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.